Hello, everyone. What's going on? My name is Timpedia. Welcome back to the TNT Podcast, episode 125. We have the full crew here this time, everyone. On my right,
It's Friedman, also known as Andrew, mostly known as Friedman.
and on my left.
Just Taylor.
Wow, and across.
Hi, Maiden. Tim, why do you sound weird?
I don't know. I was just doing.
Why are you
a voice.
talking
sounds-
funny?
I was
sounds
literally just
weird.
doing a voice for no reason.
Just doing a bit.
Yeah,
Gotta spice it up.
Doing a bit.
the spice
No.
of life.
No, that's too much. You gotta stop that.
You know what else was too much and
don't
needed
want
to stop?
Oh shit!
Our first topic.
Yo,
Damn.
it's been
So,
okay. Hold on. It has been
It's
a
been-
real hot minute since we actually had both of our meme topics on the news. So it's really nice to have
actually, for
both
real.
of our meme topics in the news, and both of them are for bad reasons. So, first meme topic is...
And this one's actually engaging for people who don't play Magic.
Yeah.
This is more about...
Yeah, this isn't about
All right,
really
well-
playing Magic
All
at
right, lay it on me. I'll try to
So-
stay awake for this.
Well, so you know
Oof.
how... obviously, it's a big thing these days how streamers get access to games early to build hype, right? Like, that's not crazy to
True.
say that
Yeah,
a lot of games
pretty
do.
normal
That's
marketing
a
scheme.
real thing that happens. Yeah.
Wizards has had a thing where they called it like the creator
Early access.
program, where a day before a set came to MTG Arena, they gave accounts with all the cards to big streamers who were then could then use those accounts for that 24 hours to play whatever the hell they wanted and stream the set a day early. And people loved it. People got super hyped. They got to see what not even pros, just like what content creators brewed up day of. You know,
Oh, there's like
watching
4
content-
YouTube meme deck players who I would always watch on early access day because they come with the dumbest shit before anyone else has a chance to play with these cards.
Yeah, so it was, and the only people in the thing were like content creators or like Wizards employees and stuff. So it wasn't like this super ranked thing. It was just, here's all the cards from this new set. Wizards announced before the release of the newest set, Strixhaven, came to Arena, that they have decided to cancel the Wizards of the Coast early access program
oh,
for no discernible reason.
There's been some speculation on the reason. It's a little annoying. So
I was gonna say like
instead
no
of
reason?
instead of doing this content creator program, they're starting to promote people outside of the Magic space playing Magic before a set releases. So they recently tapped 2 of the big names in the professional chess community. Why? They seem to think that by having streamers who already stream Magic content, they're not reaching a larger audience than they normally would, and that players are more likely to craft or purchase cards while watching the streamers play with cards that they can actually craft or purchase at that moment. So their big idea is that they need to completely repurpose how they're, marketing these set releases and try to capture people who don't even know about Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Which, from an advertising perspective, I get it. You want to capture a market you don't already have, but at the same time, like, this is a really cool thing they were doing for the established Magic community that now kind of sucks.
Yeah, so it's pretty lame that Wizards decided to stop giving something to not the hardcore community, but like people who were excited to see the new cards. And now it's just like, oh, go find some big other streamer to be the one who you actually watch for your Magic the Gathering content. And it's
It's
just
more like they just want you to go play it. They don't actually
it's
there's
just
nothing for me to
so
do before a
dumb.
second. I just wait for it to come out and go play it. And I'm not even going to watch the streamers because guess what? I'm playing the set when it comes out.
Yeah, so it's really frustrating that they would make a decision that it seems like basically didn't cost them money.
So, Covert Go Blue, CGB, one of the guys I follow a lot, he talked a bit about some of the more chaotic times they've done, and he said basically there were 5 Wizards employees in a Discord who would handle issues on that day, and that was it. So, I don't know if it was they cut 5 positions or they wanted to repurpose them somewhere else, but like paying 5 employees to be on staff for like 8 hours 4 times a year.
Pathetic.
I don't know. I really don't know how much they think they're saving here. This was definitely just a big marketing push of them saying like let's try something else.
Yeah, so for better or worse, we have now lost these early streamer events.
Kind of sucks.
Sounds pretty weak.
Yes.
To me.
Honestly, the ones who get hurt the most are the content creators. Like CGB's stream
Yeah.
yesterday was talking about how like his early access streams like usually got like 10 times the viewership of any other content he produced, and he's like, that's a huge loss of exposure he got.
Yes, sir.
So mega sucks.
So yeah, that's just all wonderfully gone thanks to Wizards. Speaking of gone,
This one's hot off the press. I was pissed to see this. But Jeff from the Overwatch team is no longer from the Overwatch team.
he's just Jeff.
He's just Jeff.
Just Jeff for
I don't
now.
like Just Jeff. Just Jeff
Didn't-
sucks.
Does anyone actually know what
Nah, he's always
Jeff's
Papa
last name
Jeff
is?
to me, dude. Always Papa Jeff.
From the Overwatch team.
This
That's
is like
that's his legal last name.
Oh my god, what the fuck
Yeah.
is Jeff
Yeah,
Kaplan?
right.
Jesus Christ, I did know his last name. But I've been calling him Jeff from the Overwatch team for so long I legitimately didn't remember he had a last name.
this is like hot off the press today as of 420 Blaze It 2021.
The high holiday.
He left
Yeah.
the high holiday.
And Blizzard loses yet another great mind in their company.
Honestly, this shakes my confidence on Overwatch 2, just ever so slightly.
Oh yeah.
Like
Slightly,
my
I don't know,
immediate-
man.
So-
My faith has been shaken before, so it's quite easily
so
shaken.
here's the
now.
thing. I've given up on Overwatch as a competitive game, but I think it was last week the Archives event came back. So I jumped in, I'm like, oh, let me do one of the co-op missions again. And I forgot like how like dumb some of the co-op missions in Overwatch are. And the trailers for the new co-op style gameplay like look interesting. It seems like they actually like are fleshing out, and I do want to play it, but knowing that Jeff is no longer with the Overwatch team kind of shakes my long-term confidence. Like Jeff leaving hasn't told me like, no, I'm not going to have fun with Overwatch 2 when it comes out, but it's telling me that Overwatch 2 might not be like a mainstay of my like gaming arsenal for a while.
Yeah. Which
I don't know.
definitely
It
sucks.
sucks. I know Luigi's pissed because he's a Blizzard boy, and this is just not good news.
I hate it. Blizzard's dead. I'll say it again, and I'll say it
You
forever.
mean
Blizzard's
Activision?
dead.
Yeah, you're right.
No, Blizzard is dead, and Activision killed them.
Yeah, that's what I was
That's what
saying.
happened.
What Blizzard?
Yeah, they're not Blizzard anymore.
Yo, is that Diablo mobile game out yet?
Yes. Yeah, that is out.
Is it?
Aiden,
my
I
God.
think you're the only one I know who would care about this. What are your thoughts, since we're talking about Blizzard, on the Diablo 2 remake?
It will probably be the last good thing that comes out of Blizzard, and it's not even from a Blizzard
I
developer.
was gonna say.
Oof.
Oh yeah,
Big-
it's being made out of house. That's right.
It is not being made in house. Yeah, I mean, like they're consulting and stuff, but
Well,
like,
duh, yeah.
yeah, the I can't. Who is making it? I don't want to say dumb things. Diablo 2 Resurrected. Who is developing this?
Vicarious
Vicarious
Visions?
Visions. That one.
Oh, the Tony
That's a
Hawk
word.
studio.
Yeah,
That's a
they're
word
the
I
Oh,
ones.
they did a good job.
They also did the Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy as well.
Seems like they're really good at just remaking games.
Yeah, like a Blue Point kind of thing they got
Oh
going
no,
on.
they did a lot of the bad Guitar Heroes though.
Woof.
And Guitar Hero was just bad.
Yeah. Hey, whoa. Time
Yo,
out.
I'm
Damn.
No.
on record.
Actually, no, hold
Can
on.
I go on record
No,
and say this?
these were good. No, Guitar Hero 2 and 3 were bangers.
The music was good. The game.
The
is not.
game was great. I don't know what you're.
They specifically did the Wii version of 3. Then they handled, I think, everything after
No.
3.
Three. The Wii version for 3 was terrible.
Oh, sorry, I stand corrected. They only did the Wii version of most of the Guitar Hero games.
All right, those were all garbage. I have no faith now.
You know, whatever. The Tony
Guitar
Hawk's
Hero
remakes
2?
were good, and the Insane trilogy for Crash Bandicoot was also good. Diablo 2 is like
Fucking talking mad shit about Guitar
actually
Hero.
impossible to fuck up.
Okay, their
Because,
record ever
like-
since they stopped working on Skylanders in 2016. Everything since then has been a good game.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. And it's like, are you even gonna play Diablo 2, Tyler?
No, I don't give a fuck.
I might
Yeah,
actually
alright
just
then.
spend
I'm
Shut
how
just
much-
fuck
saying, you're
up.
talking
One
mad
talk
shit
how
about
good it was.
fucking Guitar Hero. Kick
Yeah,
your
and I'll
ass.
keep talking shit about Guitar Hero.
Kick
Come
your
at me.
ass. Fucker, I will.
What are you gonna do? Stab me?
No. Oh my
I
god.
guess.
What a reference. What a reference.
There it
What?
is. Pulling that out of the dust.
You never saw that reference where it's like the 911 call where it's like the last thing the dude said, "What are you gonna do? Stab me?" as the man gets stabbed over the phone.
Incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an oldie but a goodie.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I have zero faith in anything that Blizzard can put out anymore at this point. I'm completely done with World of Warcraft. I've given up on it entirely because it's just like
Hold on. What about when the next expansion comes out then?
no.
Don't fucking
No, I'm
lie.
officially done. No,
Get
I'm
out.
actually done.
Aiden, you were like, "Oh, this new expansion looks pretty good," and then you're like, "This is the best WoW's ever been." Wow.
Yeah, and then they did absolutely nothing with it. So the thing about World of Warcraft, right, is that the game has to continue evolving to keep you engaged with it.
Oh
like
my god.
I
get that, but like,
they literally ran down the same path that they have every other bad expansion before it. Like it's like, okay, this looks great, it's fun to play, and then you start running into these walls like weeks down the road where it's like, I'm just wasting my time. And
I feel like this happened with Battle for Azeroth. You guys were super hype on it, and
Yeah.
then like 2 months out, you're like,
yes,
"Fuck, this is the worst expansion I've ever seen."
exactly.
That's my one thing of like, we have literally been here before in the last decade about WoW sucks, WoW's dead, fuck this game, and then it always
Like, yo, this new expansion looks pretty hype.
You're kind of like what they're
yeah,
doing
except
here.
like Nah, I'm over it. I'm legitimately over it, and a lot of other people are over it too. I think. No. I need to look at the statistics for it. Like they lost like 60% of their subscribers in like a month.
Look, Aiden, I'm literally, and this isn't even a joke, I'm literally not calling you a liar. I'm actually just saying time has literally shown that none of this is true.
I know.
That like
That's fine.
every time.
And y'all can believe that. And Dogecoin is never going anywhere,
Oh,
right?
shit.
Nobody makes money off of that.
Hey Aiden,
shut
by the
up.
way,
All right,
fuck
hold on,
you. I
let's-
bought some of
everybody
that
shut up.
yesterday. I'm in.
Hold on, I've got a fun idea. So I'm gonna send a reminder a year from now and ask, does Aiden still hate Blizzard? Because listeners,
That's fine.
listeners,
You can exclamation point remind me.
listeners will actually have it coming up soon. So I think it was like a little over a year and a half ago. I bought an RTX 2070, saying like, "Oh, it'll support ray tracing." You guys are like, 2 years from now, there's still gonna be no ray tracing games. And I said, "Fuck you guys! I'll put a reminder in my phone." So later this year, the "Is RTX Dead" special is coming up. So I'll put one in for next year about Blizzard, and we'll get to that RTX special later in the year.
Well.
But yeah, it's just I have officially lost faith, not in just things like World of Warcraft though, just in Blizzard as a whole. Like I don't care about Diablo 4. Like the only game that I have any interest in playing is Diablo 2, and that's a game that's fucking like
cheating.
30
Yeah,
years
like,
old.
Yeah.
Like it's just ridiculous. They got to do something, man. I don't know.
No, you're not wrong.
They need to stop losing their talent. All the good people are leaving.
Well, that's impossible.
Yeah. Activision isn't they don't do talent.
They don't do talent.
They just do
Wow.
money.
Yeah, they don't make games that make money.
Yeah.
Give me your fucking money.
Yeah.
How do we remonetize Warzone?
Oh fuck.
Oh god.
All right, let's stop being depressed about Blizzard and just go through all the dumb shit Japanese companies did last week.
Hey man, that never happens.
So
Right.
first on the docket, this one was fun. I think it was like 9 a.m. I think it was Wednesday last week. So I remember reading this very early in the day. But Bloomberg Japan was reporting that Square Enix had already received multiple offers for mergers and acquisitions and was considering at least one of them. And I was like, damn, where the fuck do you get the info that they've received multiple? Either you know a lot of companies who are trying to buy Square Enix, one of like one of the biggest companies in Japan, or you have a guy on the inside who's just leaking shit to Bloomberg. So the stock price of Square Enix starts like skyrocketing because they're like, if someone big enough to buy Square Enix is considering, it's got to be like Sony or something,
or Microsoft, yeah,
or Microsoft. Yeah, there was a lot of thoughts it was just one of the big guys, and then Square Enix comes out later in the day because they have to address it because their stock market is their stock price is rising, and the company's like, yeah, we got to get ahead of this. We can't let everyone just think this is going on forever. And they're like, no, we're not sure where this report came from, but it's inaccurate. We have not received any M&A offers, let alone begin considering any.
Mm-hmm.
So immediately shot down that news and was just like, yeah, whoever at Bloomberg is spreading this shit, like, shut the fuck up. We don't know what you're talking about. The question is, are they lying about it to keep their stock low so it'll boom when they actually do an M&A, or is this actually all just horseshit? And Square Enix is like, yo, we're too big, no one's buying us.
Mm-hmm.
We won't find out until it's too late, and I'm willing to bet just nothing's going to come from this.
I mean, I feel like it would be a disservice to lose Square Enix. I mean, they are a big, I don't want to say, it's always silly to say pillar of the industry.
No, they sort of are.
But like they've been around a long time. Like, God, can you guys believe how long it's been since the Square? Remember when it wasn't Square Enix? Like
Squaresoft. Yeah.
Like, talk about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you being serious or?
I'm kidding. Please continue.
Well, I don't know. Jesus. No, but like, dude, it's been a long fucking time since any of that happened, and they've just been around through all of that. Like, the Square Enix name means a lot. So, like,
the track record is Final Fantasy. It's a shocker that they still are as big as they are, but they are still a behemoth.
No, totally, and I get that, but like, I don't know. We live in such a world of, you know, everything kind of coming together, where in like one big, you know, big corporations just starting to absorb everybody else, and it's like, man.
Yeah, we don't care about we don't do antitrust anymore.
What is antitrust, man? No, but like, I don't know. I kind of like Square Enix being its own thing, but I know there's also been lots of issues for them over the years where they might be like, hey, maybe we need to look at, you know, being bought out or something.
Yeah, I mean, in recent times, Square is kind of like, they've avoided locking themselves to a platform recently. Like the fact that Kingdom Hearts 3, and then I don't know if they collected so far, but at least Kingdom Hearts 3 launched worldwide on both Xbox, PS4. Outside of just like Final Fantasy, which I'm pretty sure Sony pays for like the 1-year exclusive deal, they all come to PC after a year. So, if anything, I feel like if anyone to consider, I think Sony might be looking at them just to keep stuff console exclusive. But like outside of Final Fantasy, and even then, I'm pretty sure 15 came to Xbox. They're not even that exclusive to Sony with a lot of their games anymore. So we'll see. Now that Microsoft has started the buy up the studios war, we'll see what happens.
Well, so before we get off this topic, I do want to. This wasn't directly in the news, but this is relevant. Discord announced today that they were not in talks with Microsoft anymore, because there was rumors going around that Discord was in talks to be bought by Microsoft, and apparently just today, either news came out or Discord came out and said we are no longer in talks to be purchased.
Oh damn! Now I can stop making Skype for gamers joke.
Oh God, I remember you were talking about that the other day.
All right, well that's good then.
Yeah,
I would. Microsoft needs to stop doing shit like this.
The thing is, new era Microsoft is better.
And then Skype died.
New era Microsoft is a lot better, but they don't have a good track record. So I'm not. There's a chance they could do it right, but honestly, I don't have high hopes for it.
Yeah. I just think, like, I don't know. I feel like you said, Microsoft has been doing better lately.
Parts of Microsoft are doing better, we should say.
But you could say that about any of the big guys.
I suppose.
I don't know. I like, we always come back to, I always bring it up, but like Game Pass and stuff like that, it always just seems like, at least on their entertainment end or like more public active things are going really well. obviously not to jinx it, but no, like I don't know. I don't think it would have been terrible, but I also don't think it's bad for Discord to remain independent at all. The only thing I could say is something that would have been nice if this deal had happened. It maybe like Discord came to Xbox a little better than it is.
Oh yeah,
because like
cleaner integration.
I'm pretty sure Discord on Xbox is just like a texting app, and like you can't actually voice chat. I think. I thought I tried this once a while ago, back when we were in Ohio. And it just didn't let you do anything, but I don't remember for sure.
See, part of me kind of understands why Nintendo went the route of saying like, why the fuck would we build this voice chat shit into our platform? Just use your phone. And we're in the era where it's like, if I want to talk to my buddies while I'm gaming, like, I will just open my phone and get on Discord if I really wanted to.
I mean, hell, usually you like when we're all hanging out. There's been plenty of times where if you're playing like PlayStation, you'll just open your laptop and just have it open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the ultimate cross-platform voice chat. Damn, Nintendo way ahead of their time by being really behind the times.
we're playing 5D chess here.
Actually, perfect transition into the next topic. I don't know who said it in this interview, but someone from Nintendo was asked point blank, like, "Oh, why don't you bring back the F-Zero franchise?" and their answer was like, "This franchise is very hard to bring back unless there's a very like compelling idea that can revitalize the series. We don't think we can sell this." And I'm just sitting here.
I don't understand how.
What are you talking about? Like, this was already done. In 2008, Sony came out with the game Wipeout HD Fury, and it was everything I wanted from a high-speed, like, floating ship racing game, and it was fun. And I don't understand why Nintendo's convinced that a racing game wouldn't sell. Like,
dude.
Like, you're now on your third re-release of the same Mario Kart, and you're like, nah. We literally can't market this racing game to Nintendo fans.
You're telling me no one thought F-Zero GX was a banger? You're telling me?
Apparently not.
Like, I don't believe that. I think the problem is, and this might be the same problem I have with Pokemon, is they're looking for a new gimmick. Like with Mario Kart 8, it was all about there's gliding segments, and we can have these floaty bits where there's no traction during a section of the course, and it's like. Maybe from Nintendo's perspective, unless you can add a gimmick like that to the game, there's no point in making a new one. And I'm wondering if that's their mentality about sequels.
Yeah, the whole thing with gimmicks though, and like the gliding and fucking Mario Kart and shit, and it's like, yo, Diddy Kong Racing had planes and shit. Like, you don't need to have like, I don't know. And then they did the whole like, oh, anti-gravity driving upside down shit, and it's like.
Yo, this bitch has got.
Cares?
It's got like 89 on Metacritic.
I was gonna say, why is Nintendo so obsessed with gimmicks? And then I remembered, like, this is the company that was like, yes, the Wii is the future of home entertainment video gaming.
I mean, it was cool.
It was
for like 10 minutes.
Literally 10 minutes. It was cool past the Wii Sports. It's like, okay, what else we got? That's all we got.
I'm gonna stand out here and defend only one game that actually like. Used the motion controls well, and I'm going to say Metroid Prime 3 actually, like, with using the grappling hook on the nunchuck and having a really good aiming system, like, I will stand by that as the only game where I felt like, wow, I really enjoyed playing this on the Wiimote more than I would have on a regular controller.
I think you're missing a game, bro. 2 games. You're missing 2 games.
What game are you going to stand?
It's called
No
2
More
games.
Heroes 2 and 1. Where you jerk off to charge your sword.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, but that's intentional, dude.
It was intentional. I love those games. Even though they were like kind of grind fests. It was fun. They were fun games. But outside that, yeah, I don't know, there wasn't a lot. But yeah,
anyway, I'm upset that Nintendo's just like no gimmick, no game is unfortunately their stance on this right now. Because I feel like
unless it's a Mario game where like, hey, we're just gonna crank all these bad boys out a couple times.
But this time Mario's in a fursuit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Very fucking Nintendo.
Moving on. On to Sony getting shit on a couple weeks ago. So I don't think this had been announced by the time we did the last episode of the podcast, but they had announced they were shutting down the PSP, PS3, and PlayStation Vita
No, we
stores?
did talk about it. I totally remember.
Okay, we did.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
listeners. If you already heard the last episode, you already know what's going on. So this week, what I'm willing to bet happened was so many people knew, oh man, these stores are closing. I better buy up every game I want for the foreseeable future because there's just no way to do this. And Sony saw this huge spike in revenue and said, whoa, hold up. What if we didn't close the PS3 and
Oh
the
my
Vita stores?
fucking god, dude.
So they're like, we heard you guys loud and clear. We're gonna leave the PS3 and Vita stores open, which is basically they made more than enough money to keep the stores open for at least 5 more years. Is
Dude,
what I'm
within
willing to bet
10
happen.
minutes of that announcement, they probably earned enough money to open those keep those servers up for another 2 years.
Pretty much.
I mean, what? It's just dumb.
I mean,
You know what? A part of me,
Dude.
there's a small conspiracy theorist in me
Oh,
right now.
no,
That's
stop.
like, oh, all right, yo, what if we like say that we're gonna shut our stores down to drive traffic to old games?
Oh my god.
all right. Well, hold on. Here's the Galaxy Brain move because they actually are leaving the old PSP store closed. So this is their way of saying, "Damn, people are gonna be upset that we closed the PSP store. How do we mitigate this?" And it's like, yo, let's go to the extremes. Let's close. Say we're gonna close everything, spike sales, and then announce we're not closing the 2 platforms we were never closing in the first place, and then literally no one will be butthurt about the PSP closing.
Ah, yes, the old.
Some grand conspiracy.
Yeah, what is that? What is that called? That's like a bargaining thing. There's some
But
name. For
I know
that.
what you're talking about. Where
When you make an absurd offer, and then like, oh well, and then you come back to something that seems more reasonable.
it's almost like they're just they're haggling with us essentially. I know there's a better term for it.
Yeah, I can't remember what that's called.
Whatever.
But I digress.
I can't think of the word either.
Point is, congratulations. You want to go buy Metal Gear Rising Revengeance for PS3? You can go do that right now.
Yeah, right. Because the store is gonna stay open for the PS3.
Yeah, I think that's the one that matters. It does talk about PSP. I need to figure out what the last date is and figure out if there's any games that are like super duper hard to find on disc that I'd want to buy the digital version of. Like, I'm pretty sure like if they're selling Persona 2 Eternal Punishment, I'm pretty sure those discs are like $100 now. So if I can still get it for 20 on the store,
wow.
I might do that. Even though I'm gonna be real with you guys, there's no fucking way I'm ever playing Persona 2. Like until
Yeah,
I'm
you still got your Vita, bro?
I never had a Vita, but I stole my original PSP.
Wow. Yeah, you could modify that.
I probably should. I don't know.
Or
I think it's a
for
3000.
alternative uses.
Can you mod the 3000?
I
I
don't
know the
know.
1 and 2000s were super easy too.
I honestly have zero fucking clue.
Speaking of modding things,
Let's see this transition.
No. Actually, this is a genuine question that's unrelated to the next topic.
Oh, okay.
I was told in a comment that there are some games that I've wanted to record for a long time that seem to be easier to emulate these days.
Probably.
Not that anyone knows how to emulate here, but Tyler or Aiden, do you guys know anything about emulating and could help me?
Maybe. I don't know
What's
what
the
you're
target system
talking
that you,
about.
that you desire to play a game on?
Yeah, hypothetically speaking, because this would be very illegal.
Oh, okay. Then never mind.
Yeah.
No one knows how to
No.
It's
It's legal to say things hypothetically though.
Yeah, it's just a hypothetical question.
Yeah,
What
so hypothetically
do you want to emulate?
Yeah.
So this is getting meta about the YouTube channel for a little bit, but there is one of my most popular series ever was offshoot Lord of the Rings game called Third Age, and I love the shit out of that game, and it's one of my most viewed series ever. And when we finally get into the house, I really want to do a season 2, possibly with Tyler or with other people recording and like sharing over Discord. And someone left a comment on an episode just today and was like, "Hey, you could potentially play this on other platforms that it was not built for originally with like upscaled graphics and shit." And I'm like, ooh, I really, really, really want to learn how to do that.
Yeah, certainly a possibility.
Okay.
Yeah.
Certainly hypothetically doable.
Hypothetically
Potentially.
doable. Hypothetically.
Cool. Good to know. We can stop talking about it. And we could start talking about a show that is sadly leaving us in a few months.
But
Yeah, this is a
before it
horror-
leaves, it's going to grace
Before
us
we
with
leave, we're gonna
one
get
more
one
season.
more banger. Castlevania Season 4 is coming soon, and they have announced this is the last season. But
What is a show? What a miserable pile of
Fuck
shit.
off, Tyler.
how many fucking people? How many people can you guarantee have made that fucking joke?
So many, too many.
Exactly. No, but honestly though, it's sad to see it go. Absolutely, I really love these characters, and every single season, even the ones that are slightly like not even bad, just like less good, have all been bangers. They've all had
Yes.
some really awesome shit. Tyler, I know I've talked to you and I've shown you I've watched the clips from the end of season 3 over like the final fight that they do underground over and over again. I've watched the beginning of episode 7 of season 2 over and over and over again. Even season 1, which like was just the 4 episode like starter season, was just had that final fight was great. Like, man, I'm sad to see the show go, but they said, more in-universe shows are coming. And so to me, that means they aren't going to call every other show Castlevania, but there are going to be plenty other shows covering other characters in the Castlevania mythos that exists.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's both good and bad news is the best way to put it.
I'm definitely sad to see it go, but I'm hoping they can close out strong. There's nothing.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree. There's nothing worse than watching a show like peter out and just be like fucking awful in its last season.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, Game of Thrones.
What?
What do you mean, Aiden?
What show are you talking about there?
No, sorry, I was just coughing.
Yes. Sorry, that reminds me how much I love my favorite 5-season show, Game of Thrones.
Damn. Damn.
Yes, true, I agree.
Where I plug r/free folk. Anyway. Still salty.
Forever salty.
But yeah, so hey, Castlevania Season 4 is coming, and man, I don't think we got a trailer for it yet. Even though Freeman, you pointed out it's like in a month. I totally forgot it was coming.
It's coming out in
soon.
May. I am definitely going to at least rewatch the last episode of last season just so I don't go into this one going saying, what was going on in the plot?
Yeah, there is no officially released trailer for Season 4 yet. So, oh well, we'll see what happens. I'm pretty fucking hyped.
Yeah,
Even just
can't wait
seeing,
for it.
I just searched for Castlevania Season 4, and the third fucking thing on YouTube is the clip of Trevor's fucking finishing move at the end of Season 3, and I'm just like, man, I just want to watch this clip again, because that thumbnail is enough to fucking make me want to just watch it all.
Hell yeah, the impact frames.
Oh, dude, it was so many. It was awesome. But yeah, man, this is the episode of not like explicitly bad news, but like things ending. This is like the end of an
There's a lot
era
of, like,
episode.
Backtracking good news seems to be the
Yeah.
theme of everything we've talked about so far.
So as we all know, Lord of the Rings is still a big deal, and Amazon is still actively working on at least one Lord of the Rings TV show, supposedly. Who knows if they're ever going to fucking come out at this point. We also know Amazon has been buying game studios and failing to do anything with them. So apparently Amazon had been working... Freeman, you can pick this up in a sec. But Amazon, one of the game studios that they had, was working on a new Lord of the Rings MMO, which we haven't... Is there an active MMO for Lord of the Rings right now?
Is Lord of the Rings Online still a thing?
Lord of the Rings Online still exists.
Okay. Obviously there was a different one in development because that is a very old one. And apparently that is no more.
So this one was weird. First, there was a lot of gamer outrage of just like, Amazon can't manage a game release. What's going on here? And then Amazon released the real news was that the studio that had been working on the game got bought out from under them by Tencent, and they couldn't find a replacement studio to hand over assets to before the studio had completed transfer to Tencent. So they were left with just the game assets, but they weren't able to like transfer any of the knowledge about what they were working on to a new team. And at that point, Amazon's like, look, there's really not enough assets here to like get another team going in a reasonable amount of time. Just drop the project. So this was 100%. The team fell out from underneath them.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Which does suck. This wasn't one of those like, we don't think this is a good idea, we're going to cancel. This is we no longer have a developers. What do we do?
Yeah.
Oops, no devs. I mean, like the best you can do is take what you have internally at Amazon and just start again. But like, no.
I mean, I'll give everyone a peek behind the curtain in my last job. Our dev team, like all 4 of our major developers, left within a 4-month period. And as far as I'm aware, the project just got dropped at that point. There was just like, there's no point in us training a team. Just forget about this product. So, not a great practice, but I'm convinced this happens all the time when it comes to development.
Yeah. No, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Got any witty transitions? Or I just jump into it?
No, well, I was gonna say, you know what? There's one corner of the world that we can always turn to for positivity, and well, not always positivity, but at least
it's not positive. It's mostly just a bunch of Weeb shit.
Oh God.
There we go. All right. There's not too much news because the new season has started. Probably the only like news to come out of this week was that the Quintuplets sequel animation project got confirmed to actually be a movie and not another season, which is both good and bad. Good because usually movies end up having better animation quality. We've seen a couple recent series like the Bunny Girl Senpai movie, where the movie looked quite literally just like the show, where this may not actually be true for some of the movies. And for something like Quintuplets, you don't really need too much high quality animation. Like a scene here or there can be drawn really well, but like there's no action sequences in a harem romance anime. That said, they are going to have to squeeze a lot of chapters into a movie to make this work. So a lot of people are concerned about pacing. I'm more concerned about the fact that this is a movie and it's not a shonen franchise, which means Funimation may not bring this to theaters, and we may be stuck waiting until the end of 2022 to know if Miku loses or not. The wait is killer.
At least by then, Tyler will have caught up.
Yep.
Tyler, where are you in season 2?
I'm on episode 4. I need to start episode 4. I finished episode 3.
Man, shit is gonna get spicy.
Yeah, I'm like I was banging through it like over the weekend, and I had to stop and been busy with stuff, so I'm gonna try to pick it up when I can this week.
No problem. Just keep me posted on what Nino's up to.
Yeah, fuck Nino.
I know, man. Fuck Nino, but I want to know when you get to other scenes that make you angry about Nino.
Other
Yeah.
make you angry.
Anyway,
I don't like Nino. Nino is there's best girl, and then which is Miku, and
there's
then there's
best girl, there's
girl.
3 others, and then there's Nino, and that's the way it is.
Yeah, that's the way it is. That's the way.
It's just the way it
Maybe.
is.
Maybe it stays that way. Maybe it doesn't, Tyler. Maybe Nino pulls the biggest comeback of all time. We don't know. Maybe Yotsuba's best girl. We don't know. Anyway, moving on. That's it for the Weeb news. I'm just gonna go real quick about random shows picked up this season before we get into the official what do we watch and play section, just to keep this about only new anime that not everyone has watched.
There is so little stuff.
Yeah. This is all stuff I might pick up next week, because I haven't started yet, but like I've kind of pre-vetted most of these. So first one, rom-com where the childhood friend wins, which I was very excited for because the childhood friend never wins in these romantic comedy animes until I learned the big twist. It's like a harem with 2 childhood friends. I'm like, fuck you. You can't do that. You can't make a show about the trope that never wins winning and then make every character the tropes. That way there's still a competition. Like, super annoying. Crunchyroll's really pushing To Your Eternity, which from the animation alone looks like it's going to be really cool. I know literally nothing about the plot line, so I can't say if it'll be entertaining or not, but I'm going to give that one a shot. Tokyo Revengers is our classic let's go back in time story, so Tyler, stay away.
But I kind of want to try it.
It looks really good. I like the name of it, and more importantly, have any of you ever watched the show, what was it? The town where I'm the only one who's not there. Erased. The English title is Erased. The real title of the show is The Town Where I'm the Only One Who's Not There, which is way more descriptive. But it feels like it's the exact same setup, but it's going to be a very different like atmosphere to the show. So I'm interested. Next one might end up becoming one of our Thursday Anime Club watch shows, Super Cub, which is about this girl who discovers the joy of riding a motorcycle, and it's apparently
yes,
super cutesy show. Well, not cutesy, like feels good comfort show. So I might have us watch the first episode and then take it to a vote whether we want to continue it as a group or not.
Okay.
Next one's supposed to be a comedy. It's called Full Dive. The ultimate next-gen full dive RPG is shittier than real life. This title is something else. Basically, dude starts playing an MMO and just everyone in the game is assholes. So it sounds like a Konosuba setup without actually being an isekai. Outside of that, don't really know too much, but it's apparently really funny. And the other comedy this season, which we'll get to later, is already really good. And the last one is the controversial one, because Tyler, I don't know if I had a chance to talk to you about it on Sunday, but apparently Megalobox 2 took the show in a very different direction, and a lot of people who didn't like the way season 1 ended are happy about what they're doing with season 2. So
I didn't like Megalobox.
I know, and that's why I'm glad to hear you guys talk about this, because I thought of you two when I heard this news.
Because I like the first 6-7 episodes.
Yeah, when it was what we were expecting of the show.
Yeah.
And then it turned into this other kind of show, and I was like, this is not cool.
I don't like it.
Literally not what I came here for.
Yeah.
Like, I was promised a certain kind of show.
With a character named Gearless Joe.
Yeah.
And then episode 7 rolls around and Joe has gear on.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, fuck me, I guess. And then the way it ended, I'm like, well, this just makes me even more angry.
Oh, yeah, that ending was something else.
So I was like, you know what? Fuck this.
You know what?
Anyway.
Fuck this.
Anyway, if for some reason I start dropping shows and make some room, I will consider Megalobox just because they kept the art style. But I put it last for a reason. Right now it's kind of low on the list. I do have a couple others I'm considering, but at this point I realize there's too many shows and I don't have enough time. So I'm not going to think about them. And if they come out of this season being actually spectacular, maybe I'll pick it up during the first dead season we have in a while. But right now, everything that got delayed from 2020 is happening last season, this season, and potentially next season. So we're kind of overloaded right now. With potential shows.
I will say you are, because for me and Val at least, there was a lot less shows that we were inherently looking into watching. I'm not saying that there's no good shows. I'm just saying from our end at least, we were not super duper rushing to watch anything.
Oh no, I get what you're saying. Most seasons it's 80% this looks stupid, but I looked through the list and honestly a good 60% from either the art style, who's working on it, they all are compelling enough that I'm I'm interested, which is more than I'd see in a normal season. And I'm not angry about it. It's just there's too many fucking shows. I don't have time to watch all of them, and I really want to. But unfortunately, there's only supposedly 24 hours in a day. And I need my sleep. All right, but that's it for the Weeb shit. Let's talk about other anime we watch that's not part of the Weeb shit.
Yeah, right.
So, as I just said, there's not a ton of shows that everybody's watching, but there is always stuff that we have all watched and played. And we're getting into this kind of early, and there's less stuff for once, so maybe we'll end the pod. No, probably not. My Hero Academia is back, and we're out of the recap part. And we got one good episode for Tyler, and then the rest is just fun action for some of us and not others.
Yep, that's true.
So I know we had a chance to talk about it a little bit in person, but Tyler, describe to the audience how you feel about this season so far.
Well, Todd, I feel like there's not a lot of progress in what I want. I'm getting some world building stuff, and then it's all right, back to school where we're just gonna fucking jerk off and do some more school stuff. Look, Class B's here. We all totally care about him. And hey, look, we're going to make a big deal out of Shinso because he's important. You know, just like those other characters in the last season that we're not
important.
showing this season.
Because he's important.
Because he's
That's
important.
just so funny. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. But like, I don't know. That's how I feel. Like I feel a little bit jaded because like, you know, I think the last season was cool. It was cool. I didn't care too much about how it ended before the like the actual plot, like the general criminal stuff. Like I get why it needed I get why it needed to happen, so I'm not 100% upset with it. It's just not for me. Like this what's going on is not for me. I don't care. I think it's a waste of time.
Mm.
And I just want more plot that drives the story.
I gotcha.
Yeah, like that's just me. I don't think it's bad. But you know, I don't know. That's just how I feel. I'm really bored. That is me watching My Hero right now. I am bored.
Thankfully for me, at least, I am not in that camp. I am still enjoying it quite a bit. I totally get where Tyler's coming from, but right now, I don't know. Maybe it's because we're coming off of such a busy season that I'm totally fine having a slightly slower time here. But yeah, I'm. It is cool seeing Shinzo, and like some of the power stuff, at least they did in the last few episodes, is really neat.
So I'm in the party where I wanted to see Shinzo do well. So like I'm excited for this arc. I haven't watched the episode yet, but I think what we're getting is, and this might just be an anime specific issue, but before season, or actually considering just the first episode of season 5, before watching this, the last thing we saw of Hero Academia was those 2 bonus specials they aired where it's just, hey, we're at school doing simulated hero shit. Then the first episode of the season is, hey, we're at school doing simulated hero shit, and now we're into another arc of this. And it's not that we've gotten too much, and this is specifically an anime-related problem because the manga did not do this before doing a class 1A versus 1B arc. So I'm wondering if that's just a narrative issue where they're spending a lot of time in the high school bits, and we're now 5 seasons in, and it feels almost like we should be getting past this.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that, and you know where it all started from? I think, you know what primed me? Priming me was, hey, we're literally in the 5th season. We're gonna introduce everybody again. I'm like, this is aggravating as fuck.
But how am I supposed to remember what Bakugo's Quark's name is?
No.
Yeah, right.
We're gonna get that every season for whatever reason. They are just dedicated to doing that with this show. It's clear that's how they start every season.
Now, if it was on some fucking Attack on Titan shit, where like, oh, we didn't get a season for like 5 bajillion.
Everyone is dead in
years.
Attack on Titan at the start of every season. Like, there's 5 people who survive every season, and then everyone else just dies all the time. Like, who cares?
Yeah, and I don't got a recap of who's fucking.
They also don't have powers.
Dead.
Yeah, I need an explicit reminder. Hold on, I had to be careful with what I was about to say. I was about to just ruin a large section.
I was about to say, like,
we need a reminder anytime Annie's on screen past season 1 about which Titan ability she has.
A grim reminder.
Fuck out of here.
I was waiting for that.
Hold on. So real quick, have any of you guys ever watched Original Speed Racer?
No.
Yes, unfortunately.
Years and years ago.
Oh, shit,
yeah.
okay.
So my dad has DVDs of them, and it's funny because they wrote the show assuming anyone joining in was watching this as their first episode.
Oh fuck,
so
yeah.
Halfway. So do you guys all know what Racer X's deal is?
Oh yeah, he's Speed Racer, but he never know. Well, you know, but he died forever ago, and.
Racer X is Speed's brother, Rex Racer, who lost in a very critical race years ago and out of embarrassment went into hiding and faked his own death. And now he races as as Racer X.
Yeah,
anyway,
it's
that introduction, every episode he appears, the narrator has to remind you. But the problem is, if he shows up before a commercial break, the show assumes that anyone who joined after the commercial break is also watching this half of the episode as their first exposure to Speed Racer. So we'll proceed to reintroduce Racer X and explain his backstory after the commercial break.
Holy shit.
And it's annoying, but that almost feels like what Hero is doing every single episode.
Oh my god.
Just less obnoxious, but also more because they do it for 25 characters an episode.
Listen, I don't care that these niggas like udon fucking noodles or likes cats. Like, no, I do. No, I do. I like that, But we've seen these title cards already. We've
Okay, but
seen these.
if I hadn't seen the title card, I wouldn't remember that today is Bakugo's birthday.
Fuck me.
Oh wow!
He has his very
we're-
special birthday.
We are all better off for having known that.
Yeah.
You don't feel fulfilled by this?
You want to
No,
go?
I don't feel fulfilled by this.
That being
Yeah,
said,
it's
I'm
not
still gonna
Japanese.
watch it, but whatever.
Oh, I thought you had dropped it at this point.
No, I'm not gonna drop it. I'm not gonna drop
I'm
it.
just gonna chug along with macadamia nuts. Like that's simple.
I'm at the point where I am way too invested.
That's true. We've watched
like-
a lot of macadamia.
Yeah, like for me to drop it after what? This is the 3rd episode of this season.
Fourth.
That's extra.
Fourth.
Fourth, yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's extra. I owe it to myself to at least give it a little bit more time. Like, if this season doesn't really hit me, I'm probably gonna drop it.
Understandable.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Sorry.
You know what Tyler did finish and really enjoy though?
Another Shonen Jump property.
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn
Skippy.
Skippy.
Good morning, world.
Good morning, world. Dr. Stone was pretty good. Pretty good. It's pretty good fun. It reminds
Top 10
me
anime
of
high five.
Voyage of. That top 10, top 3 anime high fives. Actually, like it was so like they got the audio just right.
Oh, dude, the
They got the
slap
audio
is just
and
crisp
the
as
animation
fuck.
just right. Also the entire I don't know if you guys seen Voyage of the Mimi
Mm-mm.
back in school?
Nope.
I'm sorry, Voyage of the what?
Voyage of the Mimi.
Of the meme?
You'll never guess
Voyage
who
of
the
the
main actor
Oh,
of that
Mimi,
fucking-
M-I-M-I.
Yeah. Like the main actor in that fucking thing.
No.
Fucking
what the-
Ben Affleck, Ben Affleck was in the
What?
shit. When he
What
was
is-
like
Oh
fucking
my
15.
God. Little tiny
Yeah.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah, he literally a
tiny-
child.
His head looks exactly the same.
But
What
They're-
year
they're-
was this?
oh god, it was like
80.
yeah.
Jesus.
Oof.
Yeah, and it's basically
On PBS.
it was Dr. Stone. Not really. It's just these dudes are trapped. All these people are trapped on an island, right? And they use science to get themselves off of it, or make life better and shit. Like, learn about condensation. Like, oh hey, this is how we're gonna filter water by doing this stuff by the shit we got on the boat. Like, I was like, oh, well, that's kind of cool. Yeah, no, the Dr. Stone was cool.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, science.
That's all I gotta
Wait, did
say.
you-
Yeah, science.
How did you finish season 2?
Yeah.
All right. Now you join the rest of us in waiting for the next season.
Yeah,
Uh,
another year and a half it sounds like, probably.
Let's find out, because I don't remember if they just ran out of source material or if they intentionally stopped for some reason. I don't want to dive too deep into it and figure out how much is left, but I mean, there's obviously enough for a season 3, but otherwise they wouldn't have announced it. Whatever. When we hear news, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean we know it's gonna get a season 3. It'll happen.
Speaking of season 3, Konosuba season 3.
Oh my god, I keep calling this Konosuba 2, despite forgetting that they're like
There's already a
season 2 of
Konosuba 2.
is technically known as Konosuba 2.
Yeah.
This is the Konosuba 3 we're never going to get. For anyone who doesn't know, the author of Konosuba, who I don't remember, I think he had actually he wrote this one, All Combatants Will Be Dispatched. He wrote this before he wrote Konosuba as a web novel, but then Konosuba got picked up for a full light novel adaptation before Combatants, which is why when Combatants got picked up for a light novel, it started referencing Konosuba despite being written first. The point is, Konosuba's over, and now they're trying to promote this because this is the author's currently ongoing work. And oh boy, it's got the same sense of humor as Konosuba, but with just a completely different set of characters and a completely different scenario. Like, this is like it's close enough to an isekai without hitting like any of the common tropes. Like, dude didn't die. Dude is not some like mega virgin, creating a harem. This guy is like huge asshole, gets sent to this world to just be like, yo, I got to take over this world. And it's just goofy. It's very goofy. Character's a mega Chad. I love it.
He is literally he is the Omega Chad.
The Omega Chad.
Like it's like this guy's Cosma. I can't shake the feeling that like they just couldn't get the voice actor for Cosma to come back and they picked someone else because this dude's just Cosma.
Yeah.
Cosma.
Yearning for gender equality.
Yeah, the true equal rights, equal fights.
The best part is so we got what's her name? So the first time I heard her perform in a role, she was Rika from Made in Abyss. Is that her name? Rico, right?
That was Riku.
Rico. Anyway,
I know it's
point
Regu.
is, I always expect her to just like play this like nice, innocent character, and then I forgot she's also the biggest asshole in Gabriel Dropout, and then now she's playing literally the same character in Combatants. So my perception of this actress is warping based on these awful characters she keeps portraying, but she does a great job at it.
Oh yeah.
Tyler, I think she plays your favorite girl on the show. The blonde one.
Wait, who?
The blonde one.
Oh yeah. I forgot her fucking name.
What's her name?
I don't know.
Oh my god! Don't make me type the full fucking anime name, Google.
I mean, already.
Whatever. You know who I'm talking about, but listeners, Alice is the character I'm talking about.
Yes.
Anyway,
she's pretty. No, she is my daughter. Actually, my daughter. She's just like, I want a shotgun, and he's like, fine, here it is. Every opportunity she can get, she uses it. I'm like, I love her.
I love it.
I will raise her as my own.
Literally my bean.
Oh boy.
Yep. Bringing it full circle to the
Here we go.
Fucking bean discussion.
Here we go.
Stupid fucking bean discussion.
Hold on, do we want to let our listeners know about the bean discussion?
Absolutely not.
It's
It's
so
stupid.
and
Listeners, if you want to hear us talk about the bean discussion in the next episode, please leave a comment. Harass us about it.
Nah, it's
Yeah.
okay.
Ask to know what's a bean and why is it controversial.
Nah, it's okay.
I still don't know what it is, and I'm not gonna ask.
Thank you.
Good. That's good. Good.
That's a good attitude.
Like I keep it comes
Good
up
attitude.
all the fucking time, and I just okay. There it is.
Be like the rock in the waterfall. Let water cascade over you and don't care about it.
Yeah, fair enough. I am like the rock.
I am like the Rock.
Although slowly over time it will whittle me down, and I'll eventually ask because it becomes so infuriating.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna jump in with something really funny. Freeman, I know you actually Tyler and Freeman, you both just saw this. So this is literally relevant
Talk about
to the
this. 'Cause
podcast.
this is
This is
They were talking about our other group
this is
chat going on, right?
actually hilarious. So, me, Friedman, Tyler, and Luigi obviously have a chat because most of our group, the rest of our group is girls, and half the time you don't want to share shit with girls. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's literally
the
the
boys.
purpose. Yeah, the boys chat. Luigi just sent us to make a cameo on the podcast. Aiden, you'll appreciate this. I was smoking this bitch, and then it's a screenshot of a guy in Overwatch saying, "People like you are the reason Jeff Kaplan quit."
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Ouch, man.
But this guy's posting this in every fucking game he's playing today.
Fucking
Bro.
like the fact that someone came up with something to
Bro.
send so fucking fast after.
Bro. And contrary to popular belief, there ain't really lewds in this chat. You got shit like, he's probably out there cheating on me, and then
There's so many
it's
memes
the
of that.
dude dressed up as Dark Magician playing Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah. Like we actually got into an argument because it was both Val and Leslie like, why are you guys leaving us out of the chat? And we're like, we're not excluding you. We're protecting you. These are like, if there's a meme that I think you'll enjoy, I'll send it to you. And then we have a separate one where it's like, this is where all the dumbest bullshit that I don't really expect anyone to laugh at but me goes.
This is actual
Yeah.
shit posting.
And hopefully it resonates with at least one other
Yeah,
boy.
okay.
I
It's
love
just
it because I
shitposting.
scrolled through it in front of Leslie. I'm like, here you go. You
Look at how
wanted this.
important
You
this
wanted to
is.
be included. She's like, not
She's
like
this
this.
is no. She's like her and Val. Well, Val just is like, I don't care.
Yeah,
Leslie's
Val,
the
because
one
Val
who's
gets
like,
it because
yeah.
she's a normal human being.
Yeah, and Leslie's like, oh, but like, I want to be involved, and it's like, okay, here, look at this. This is really stupid. Yes, that's the whole point. Why did you want to be involved in this?
My favorite thing is that the example meme you had to show her, I had like just posted. It was a YouTube comment from the Big Chungus clip saying that like this episode came out in the early 1940s. It's entirely possible that Hitler saw Big Chungus while he was alive.
That
And
was it.
And like that was the meme you chose to show her. Is like this is what we post in boys chat.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking like this. Is what
Anyway.
you wanted
Oh
this.
god.
Anyway, that tangent's over. Let's get depressed and talk about Cells at Work Black.
This is a good show. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yo, this show's really good for 1 or 2
Cell-
episodes, and then it gets
Cells
depressing
at
as
Work
fuck.
had the balls to like I don't know if I can say it without ruining the show. Like it pulled an Attack on Titan. No character is safe.
Yeah.
What does it mean? I don't know. Go watch Cells at Work Black. You'll go find out.
Nah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's
I do. I'm now starting to get more of what you guys got, where it's just like every episode, it's like, no, this is depressing.
This
I
is
don't
the-
want to see
like-
more of this.
so like just for context, everybody. Last time. Sorry.
That was a long pause. I
No,
thought I
something just
disconnected.
popped up on my phone for a second. I had to take a look. We on Thursday this past week we were doing a normal anime night, and we're like, oh, there's only 3 episodes left. Let's power the fuck through. And then as soon as we got to the end of the second episode, it was, oh, there's actually 2 more episodes. And we're all like, fuck it, we can't do 4 in one sitting. This is impossible.
Literally suicide.
Yep. This is too much.
But hey, this Thursday we're gonna find out the end of the Depression saga.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Does he turn it around or does he just die? Let's
Why
He's
find
got to
out.
stay alive. They need to milk us for Cells at Work Code Black Season 2.
Seriously.
Black Edition.
Why would we say this? I don't know. Watch the show, literally the first episode, and you'll find out.
I don't like it.
Wait, and did you watch Cells at Work?
Yeah, I watch Cells at Work.
Okay, yeah, go watch Black.
I can't, man. I'm
Yes,
gonna
you
be.
can.
I'm just gonna be depressed.
I mean, you
'cause
are.
I,
You're
Yeah,
not.
yes, you will.
I am that guy.
No, look, Aiden.
No, we're not
no.
here to dispel these
Freeman-
rumors.
No, look, Freeman can't even say anything because him and Luigi were like, or Freeman on Thursdays was like, no, we can keep watching. Like, this is a little depressing, but like, this is good. And me, Val, and Luigi were all like, Freeman, we have to watch only 1 episode. We literally can't handle watching more than 1 episode.
I
at a
didn't
time."
know.
And then, but no, you watch 1 at a time, give it a few days to recover, and then you watch another one. And it's
I
like,
didn't realize that watching 2 was like overdosing.
dude. And then we did 2 this time, and it's like, fuck, this is like, life is harder now.
Yeah, now I know. Don't make that mistake twice.
But yeah, like, Cells at Work Black is still good, and it has one of the like, out of actual nowhere, one of the funniest episodes of anything. Not even out of a non-comedy show. The fucking erection episode is one of the unironically funniest things out there.
It's fucking hilarious.
Like,
was
that was
amazing.
Tyler's
That-
first episode
maybe
of
best
Overwatch.
episode of the
Tyler was
franchise.
dying.
I was like, what? It was like the first scene. I was like,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Yeah, you
Wait a
literally-
minute.
We were
Did you jump in mid
we
episode?
we had to
Yeah.
watch. Yes, we had to do it online that week, and Tyler popped into the Discord, and Tyler was like, "What are you guys watching?" We're like, "Dude, Tyler, this is hilarious. Watch Cells at Work Black with us right now."
Like, wait a minute. We gotta bring blood to this thing, and I'm like, what?
Yo,
And
get
then the
blood in there.
sperm-
Let's go. Let's get
the blood in there. Let's go. I was
Put it
like,
in there,
wait,
cut to
that's a
what the sperm
large
look like.
tube. And then what else happened? And then it
They're
was
like, oh, the sperm is getting
the
ready.
sperm cells. They killed me, dude. I wasn't expecting them to look like that. They look so goofy. Like,
It's so dumb.
I lost it. I literally lost it.
I feel like
Lost my
you
shit.
could reasonably watch that episode without any of the rest of the series and not be too confused on what's going on.
Yeah, no, I like this show. Everybody's like, this is depressing. I'm like, yo, this is uh
Okay,
the
Tyler, don't even
Look.
continue. You were like, we were talking about comparing anime lists the other day, and you're like, man, I've watched a lot of depressing shit.
I do.
He
I
has.
really
It was
do.
shockingly depressing.
I do. I was like looking through all this stuff. I was like, God, this is all like
Oh, let me shuffle the order because
fucked up.
we brought up the magic phrase, my anime list.
All right, fine. Let's get into it. I mean, this isn't much of anything, but hey, for those of you at home, we have often talked about just how much fucking anime we've all watched. And you know, Freeman has often addressed the vague notion of this website, My Anime List, that has the shittiest interface.
And a not working API and all this other shit that
and
popped
a
up.
broken API for his desktop app, and man, all he does is complain about it. Then he tracks his anime in there, and we go in. And it's like, holy shit, Freeman's watched like a fucking year of anime. Holy fuck.
We're getting close. The goal is to hit a year, and right now I'm at what's our magic number?
The goal is
232 days of anime seen. Holy shit, this is depressing.
That's a lot.
Can we hit 365?
So, and then we were talking about it on Sunday, and Tyler was like, "Oh, I have My Anime List that I haven't updated in what turned out to be literally 9 years." And then Freeman's like, "You know, guys, it's a pretty fun activity to make My Anime List accounts together." And then everybody except me, Val, and Freeman, or basically just Tyler, Luigi, and Leslie, left D&D night. And I was like, hey, Freeman, you want to help Val make her My Anime List and share it on the TV so we can all do it together?
And this process took like almost 2 hours. I think.
No, it was no. It was only an hour because you left at 11:30, and everyone else had left by 10:30.
Yeah, I thought everyone left at 10.
Yeah,
okay,
like
so maybe close to an hour.
And at the end of it, my wife has watched 37 days worth of anime.
Yo, rookie numbers. Gotta pump those numbers up.
So here's the thing, and I was like, eventually I will get around to making a My Anime List account. And then unbeknownst to everyone in this podcast, at the start of this podcast, I created my Anime List account, and as of 2 minutes ago, finished filling out 99% of my Anime List account. So if you guys actively go to my account now, you will see my mostly completed list of what I have watched and everything.
Oh man, I can see all this stuff.
And I have watched 34.9 days of anime, just short of Val.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh god. And honestly, a lot of that made up time compared to her, because she's watched so much old shit that I never watched. But I have all of Dragon Ball Z and like all those movies.
The ace in the pocket.
That's a fucking lot of time.
The ace in the pocket.
But yeah, so you know, I don't have those killer numbers. Tyler, you said you finished updating, right?
I technically haven't.
Oh, you're not even done yet?
I'm not done. I didn't add all the shit that I dropped
Well,
and like all the stuff I rewatched.
Even then, Tyler's still at 65 days.
Yeah.
I'm really curious what Luigi's number is when he updates, because he doesn't keep his up to date and has a lot of shows missing.
To be fair, I fully expect that I'm not going to keep mine completely up to date because I don't have the app yet. But it's still funny to at least do this initial burst, because I've talked about before. I don't know if I've talked about on podcast, but I've definitely talked to you guys about wanting to have a list of all the media consumed, because there's been so much. Like, we're all either at or approaching 30. There is so much stuff that we've watched and played and listened to in our lives. It's so easy to lose track of.
Oh yeah, I just want everything like cataloged.
I love that, even though this is like a literally 90s looking fucking website. I am glad now. Like, there are things that when I was putting this list together, I was like, oh like I forgot for a minute that I've watched most of Dragon Ball, and like it's easy to forget shows that I've watched. And I'm just like, yeah, this is sick. Now I have a thing that I can go to and scroll through my anime list, literally, and be like, oh man, remember when I watched this, or remember when I watched this? I do plan on eventually going through and editing it and adding scores to all this shit. I was literally just rushing to get everything in for this exact moment. God, there's so much Dragon Ball Z shit. Fuck. But it's cool to see differences between like mine and Val's list. Like Val watched season 1 of Fire Force. I watched the second season. Val watched all of Chihaya Furu. I finished. Oh God, there's.
You finished Grand Blue. She dropped it. I
didn't finish it, but I plan to finish it. She does not plan to finish it.
Gotcha.
It's on her dropped. My on hold. Like Iron Blooded Orphans. That's on my list. Fuck yeah.
Just getting everyone addicted. My analyst should start paying me to advertise this shit. I already got them like 3 potentially active users in the span of a couple days.
Oh, I also hadn't realized. So Tyler, I know we talked about it the other day, like, because I was like, oh, the only old anime, or Freeman, I talked to you about it. The only old anime I watched was like Gundam Wing dubbed, and Zoids dubbed. I hadn't realized that the Zoids that I watched on Toonami was actually not original Zoids.
That's correct. It was
Zoids New Century. No, it's a different show.
As you can see, I have that on mine because I watched the shit out of that.
Did you really?
I did.
Strike Laser.
Strike Laser. I honestly I didn't think it was as cool as Chaotic Century because like for obvious reasons.
Dude, I didn't even know there were other Zoid shows out there.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that's something I'll add to my watch list. You know, Zoids. What'd you say it is?
Chaotic Century. Or not the I meant that's the new one. What you just said before.
The spin-off shows listed on my anime are Zoids, Zoids Zero, Zoids Fusors, and Zoids Genesis. Those are the only ones that my anime list shows as Zoid shows.
Chaotic Century, New Century Zero, Fusors, Genesis, and Wild is what Wikipedia has, but I don't know.
Those aren't on my anime list.
How they actually got adapted.
My anime list only has 4 shows.
Chaotic Century refers to... Jesus, this is way too much lore to get into. I'm not trying to get into Zoids right now.
Suffice to say, maybe in the future we'll actually dig in or like post all of our my anime list things in the comments or something. All of our profiles so you can all revel in how much or how little anime we've watched, since every single one of us who have made an account are over 30 days of our life given to watching anime.
Man, you're sitting here upset about 30. I'm sitting at 231.
I'm not upset. I'm just, it's
damn,
funny.
How do I find 130 more days of my life to make this complete?
Remember when it was crazy to hit 24 hours shown in a video game? Like, I remember when I hit 100 hours in Oblivion, and I was like, I will never beat this number in any video game ever. And it took 2 consoles for me to put 100 hours into Oblivion. I'm probably at like 400 now, and KOTOR is probably like 500 hours in KOTOR 1 and 2. But like, it's one of those things where until you see the actual number, it's so different. Because I remember like, hell, remember when the first WoW people were like, I have hit a week of time in WoW? And everyone was like, dude, that's crazy. That's like an addiction. That's insane. And now
if only they knew.
And now Aiden's like, well, I have.
You have only 1,000 hours? What a scrub.
Aiden's like,
fucking casual.
I put 1,000 hours into this expansion of WoW. Like, Aiden, ballpark. What do you think? How many?
This expansion?
Yeah.
Probably like 500.
There you go.
As much time as I've played KOTOR 1 on
not
this planet,
1,000.
as much time as I've played KOTOR 1 ever across consoles and Let's Plays and like probably 500.
Yeah,
that's so
dude,
nuts.
Do I have to remind you that my main character has over 10,000 hours played in that game?
Holy moly!
Jeez. Hold on.
I am quite literally an expert World of Warcraft player.
10. Come on. 10. Oh my fucking god! Google calculator. 10,000 divided by 24. Aiden has over a year of time playing WoW.
Yes.
By 2 months. A year and 2 months of your life with WoW running.
Completely wasted.
Here's the thing: is WoW, because I know. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I think some Steam games now track your time played based on how, like, when you're inputting commands, not sitting there.
I'm not sure. Soundpad has me at 188 hours, and I only have it open during podcasts and D&D. So
Yeah, as far as I know, as long as the application is running, it will record your.
Maybe it's like inside some games or something. Because I wish, because like I've left Dark Souls open for like a fucking day by accident, just sitting here. And obviously I have a shit ton of. Okay, well I brought it up. I'm gonna check my time in Dark Souls now.
yeah, no, we used to joke about, at least in Guild Wars 2, how much time I spent playing versus the game versus time spent waiting for the group to show up.
Yeah. Jesus, okay. I have 200 hours in just Scholar of the First Sin for Dark Souls 2. That's not even counting original Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 1, 194. Wow, I'm within less than an hour of playtime between Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, and Dark Souls 1 on PC. Dark Souls 3, 149 hours. That's it.
643 on CS:GO, and now I'm retired from that game. A lot of that is idle time. Anyway.
Sorry, I'm not trying to take us into how
We're
much time
meandering.
do you waste on all this shit.
It's not wasted. It's just spent and never coming back.
I know, and that's, you know what, that is something that's hard to. What's the way to put it? It's hard to
Rationalize the time spent.
Well, it's hard to change that thinking because, like I said, remember when we were growing up and everyone was like, "Ooh, you waste all this time doing all this stupid shit," and it's like, time has shown that like everybody entertains themselves differently.
Yeah.
There isn't any wrong way, unless you're like doing something actively wrong. There isn't any wrong way to spend your time. Like, it's no different. Like, how many hours do our parents have sitting in front of a TV just scrolling through channels?
Oh, if only we had statistics.
If only we had statistics.
All right, I could get something a little more, not even morbid, but like morbid fascination going. But no, we're gonna stop. Why don't we switch to not talking about Mal and how much time we've spent on our lives doing things, and instead talk about the last few shows and stuff, so we can get out of here.
Let's do it. I'm speaking of crazy waste of time.
Yeah, Freeman, you want to talk about your crazy waste of time?
So it's more for you guys. So I don't know if we talked about it last time, but now the Thursday Watch Group started watching Fate Zero. And listeners, for anyone who doesn't understand the controversy around trying to watch Fate, is the simple version is there's
Watch
no
Gigook's
good
video.
there's no good anime intro to Fate, but there's a prequel that's animated that kind of depends on you having seen the original. But now this prequel is the best entry point. So I started everyone else on Fate Zero, and I'm just trying to fill in the gaps of info that you're supposed to potentially have from already having seen Fate Stay Night. But I'm also not trying to ruin Fate Stay Night, even though like knowing the ending is mega critical to understanding like what the fuck is Gilgamesh's deal in Fate Zero. So like I'm playing this weird balancing act of do I explain X mid-episode to people? Because I'm not sure like Fate Zero is written with you knowing this shit, and our group doesn't know this shit, and I'm just like, what do I tell them?
It's literally like, this is the first anime where we ever had a primer given to us by Friedman that was like a 10-minute dialogue of him just telling us shit that we should know to understand the rules of Fate going into this fucking show.
Oh my god, hold on. I gotta see if I can make a meme based on what's going on right now.
It sounds like it's a show that's terribly written.
The problem
In a
is
rebuttal?
it's not terribly written. If there was an anime adaptation of the Fate arc that wasn't just like poopy doo-doo from 2004, I would just say watch the Fate anime, then watch Unlimited Blade Works, then watch Heaven's Feel, then watch Fate Zero, and then you're done. Four things to watch. But unfortunately, the first story arc just doesn't exist as a good anime, and that is the problem. It's like if I told you, like, there's books 1, 2, 3 in the prequel, and I said, well, where do I jump in without reading book 1? Like, that's basically the Fate problem.
Yeah.
There we go. I kept the argument super simple. Didn't have to make a Giga-style video explaining what the fuck Fate Apocrypha is. Anyway, how you guys enjoying Fate so far?
I mean, it looks pretty. I keep thinking that even for an old Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. Before I say that. So I think it looks good and it's interesting so far.
That's all I can hope for.
I'm excited to see where it goes, and I'm excited to keep watching it. But it is another not really bingeable. Like, we watched 2 episodes, and it's like, okay, this is a lot of lore.
Yeah, it's
And it's
Zero's
also-
very heavy. Hopefully, if we make it to Unlimited Blade Works and you guys aren't completely turned off of the franchise, it's a lot less dense in Unlimited Blade Works.
I will say something actually hilarious that is like real world that has been happening with this show. Every time we watch the intro, Luigi hears a high-pitched sound that is so high-pitched. Aiden, Luigi literally covers his ears and like squints in pain when we hear the opening of this show, and I can
just to clarify, it's not a bad song.
No,
There's a tone he's
no.
hearing in the song that's like setting
it's
him
like
off.
if you listen to like a tone scale of like low to high, there is a high scale note that is only I hear it. It does not hurt me. Friedman cannot hear. We have tested this after the last time we watched. We did a scale test, and Freeman's like, I can't hear this. And I'm like, I hear it. It doesn't hurt. And Luigi's like, this is literally hurting my head.
This is suffering.
It
God.
is the weirdest
weird.
fucking thing.
Thankfully, they switch openings 12 episodes in, but I couldn't believe it. I thought he was going crazy at first.
Yeah, it was pretty weird. And then we did a hearing test afterwards.
Some of us did.
Some
I
did.
were like, fuck that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I did.
I
Sorry,
don't
my
wanna
bad.
I don't want to go back to elementary school doing a fucking hearing test.
Nah, dude,
Three-quarters
it was
of us
really
did
funny.
of the boys did a hearing test. I was like, this is gay, and then I laid on the floor.
Oh, come on. It was very hetero.
This is gay
No.
and laid on the floor.
I asked them.
You
That's
think
what I
he's
literally
kidding?
said.
He literally laid down on the floor and just splayed out while we were doing this hearing
So,
test.
hold on. In Tyler's defense, the only chairs I had available were folding chairs.
No,
on
no,
most
no,
comfortable.
no,
I don't blame him for sitting on the floor.
No. He could have easily sat. He had been sitting on the couch or on a folding chair. Tyler was like, I'm not doing this. I'm on the floor now.
Yeah.
I mean, I man, whatever. That's what you into. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna-
Look, it was funny though, and it's like the first anime to attack real world people.
Ouch.
No, hold on. We got that Porygon episode of Pokemon. So this is one of a few
Oh my
select
God.
animes that have attacked people in the real world.
And the funny thing is, Freeman, you said you looked online and no one else has ever reported this, but we then, to go even deeper, we listened to the song on Spotify and it was still happening. It wasn't the Crunchyroll, like,
Yeah,
stream
it's
or
not the
anything.
opening version. It's not the Crunchyroll. It's like we tried on YouTube, we tried on Spotify. Like the actual record, like the master recording of the song has this noise in it, and I feel like I'd hear about it. Like Lisa's a pretty big singer in Japan, and there's just no comments anywhere about like this grating sound that he's hearing.
It's so weird.
Maybe he's just like
No,
one
dude,
of like
but
the few people that hears that
no,
shit.
dude, like I said though, when he started complaining about it, I actually started hearing it too, but it doesn't hurt me. It's just like if you listen to a hearing test, it's just a high-pitched, slight ringing in the background. But as soon as Luigi scrunches his eyes, Freeman, you can attest, when we were testing it, at the exact same time, I was like, I hear it now, and Luigi goes, ah!
Yeah, it's like I believe it's real. I just straight up can't hear the sound. Like I know for a fact I don't have the best hearing, so I'm not surprised I can't hear it, but I'm just shocked it hurts him.
Yeah. No,
All right.
it's shocking, but you know what's not shocking? That the the spin-off slime show is, while not incredible, it is very cute and wholesome, and that is not shocking to anyone.
Big shocker.
There's not much to say. Slime Diaries episode 1 and 2 came out. I was terrified that this was going to ruin my take on slime. It is definitely not as good, and it's going to make me desperately beg for more exciting stuff to happen. I can
Thankfully,
already
don't have to wait
tell,
that long.
but like, second episode was about farming, and it was pretty wholesome to watch them do farming. And there's already a character who's being established as like the dad of the show because he literally had children climbing on him, and it was very cute. And so I'm hoping that all the complaints that me and Freeman read on r/anime that were like, this spin-off's going to be shit. This spin-off manga is terrible. So far, so good. Val and I will probably watch the third one tomorrow. But yeah, it's pretty good so far. It's certainly not as good, and the animation is different and weird, but it is not bad.
Hold on, I'm just gonna check if it's the same studio.
It's not.
It's probably not.
No,
But
I know it's not.
Who is working on it though? Is the
well,
question.
That's a different question.
They just not have it listed anywhere.
I mean, it seems almost impossible sometimes to find out about that shit.
Why is this just not listed anywhere? All right, I'll find this in the background. Actually, no, I can't. I'm pretty sure the next topic is me, isn't it?
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's me. All right, so after weeks of endlessly hyping up Studio Mappa for the work on Attack on Titan, I finally got around to finishing Jujutsu Kaisen. And I gotta slap the weeaboo community on the wrist here. So everyone and their mother was hyping up this fight that happened in episode 23 of Jujutsu Kaisen, and I finally got to it. I'm like, that was cool, but like, what the fuck was everyone hyping up? And then I watched episode 24. And a fight that just like no one was talking about online blew it completely out of the water. Like 24 was a phenomenal episode, and I rewatched it, and I don't understand weebs. I don't get what was so hyped about 23 that no one shut the fuck up about it, and then literally no one would talk about the superior follow-up episode. Regardless, Jujutsu ended very strong. I'm very excited for the prequel movie. I don't think they've announced a sequel to it, but they're probably going to do it, given that this is like Shonen Jump's new big hit series.
Yeah.
But all in all, I really liked that. That was a great season 1. I think everyone should give Jujutsu a try. If you thought the fight scenes from God of High School were cool, and you wish a show with a better plotline had that same style of fight scene, congratulations. The team that did that went on to do Jujutsu.
Well, it's on my plan to watch, or on hold my anime list, whereas Val has it on her not watching, so...
We'll see what happens. Regardless, all around good stuff. And then real quick, I'm going to do real rapid fire hot takes and some new shows that I started this week, because most of them don't warrant more than a few words. First one is Luigi's favorite one, Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, which is the story of a meekish kid getting bullied by this girl who, even though she's bullying him, she really secretly likes him, and it's more of a like, please dominate me kind of thing in the show. So if you're into that, the show will be entertaining to you. I'm actually going to jump ahead 2 more and then jump back to the second one. Higehiro, also known as I Decided to Shave and Then Took Home a High School Girl. That show, which sounded like the dumpster fire of a premise, is actually not as bad as I thought it would be. Story of this guy, he gets blown up on a date. The shaving is not even like a real thing. I don't know why the fuck they worded it this way. But the point is, he runs this girl on the street who's basically run away from home, and she's offering herself up if someone will give her housing. And he's just like, what the fuck? Why would you do that? So he takes her home and says, no selling yourself. You're going to get a job. You're going to live a good life. And she's just like, what are you talking about? And it's the story of this guy who's just trying to like help this girl out while having a titillizing concept to get the weebs reading it. So far, at least from what I've seen, the entire anime meme subreddit is just filled with memes about how wholesome the main character is and how he just wants a good life for this girl, and how he is unwilling to compromise, even though she's like, no, I'll sleep with you, just let me stay here. He's like, well, you can stay here, but I'm not letting you sleep with me. And it's this giant joke, and I'm curious where it goes from here. As far as I know, the show doesn't take any weird twists between the two of them. It's purely a I'm looking out for you type of relationship. So I'm going to follow through on it. I need something, uplifting this season. We'll see. Next one, I'm kind of disappointed about this take on this, but so I'm a big fan of the video game The World Ends With You, which its anime just started 2 weeks ago, and it's purely just to set up the world for the sequel video game, which has actually got announced for July. So it sucks this is purely promotional material. It's cool seeing it animated. It's using this weird hybrid CG blend where they do this very aggressive cell shading, so it looks like the normal art style for the show, but you can tell it's CG when it's like really moving for action scenes. But they got the original soundtrack of the game, which was arguably like the best part of that game. So I'm super on the fence about it. If you play The World Ends With You, maybe check this out. If you haven't played the game, stay the fuck away. And then the last one, 8686. There's no way to pronounce this title in words without just saying it twice. I saw the first, I think 2 episodes. I saw the second one last night, and it's very interesting. Like, I do not want to spoil the premise. Like, I watched Mother's Basement's video reviewing shows this season, and he tells you the premise. Whereas the actual premise of the show is not like, it's not stated up front to you. You're not supposed to know the premise until like episode 3, which isn't out yet. So I kind of don't like that he spoiled that for me. But given that it's been very good so far, and it reminds me a lot of Iron Blood Orphans with this kind of group of they're not all children, some they're like teenagers, but like these combatants who don't really want to be in combat are kind of forced to because of this massive social situation, which I also don't want to spoil. Long story short, it seems really good. The Attack on Titan composer's doing the soundtrack, so it's pretty dope. I think they finally hit the point where they know how to do robots in CG without the robots looking bad. Because the big thing about CG is that you have a tendency to look kind of rigid. So for robots, it's not as big of an issue because you don't need a lot of bend and stretch to show a robot with robotic motion. But they've gotten to the point where it doesn't look jarring. And I think they got the frame rate right for this show, where I'm watching the scenes and a couple of me like, oh wait, they're all CG, but it's not like it doesn't detract from the show. So that's my praise. Go watch 86. And I'm done with my hot takes.
All right.
Alrighty.
Whose stuff is this then?
This is not anime. This is actual real content.
This is Weeb. This is normie shit.
Oh shit.
Ew. Who put this on here?
So Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh my god, that's what this is.
Chicken and the
Chicken and the Iceman is what's in the show notes right now.
Oh wow.
Hey.
Okay. I was really trying to figure out what the fuck this was.
No, I'm gonna grab water real quick.
Yeah, Chicken and the Iceman.
What do you think?
I think it's pretty good. I mean, so my thing is, I was talking to Tim about it because Tim's also been watching it.
I'm behind though.
Yeah. To me, it feels a little heavy-handed on the certain narratives it takes, like especially like with the race stuff and like some of the other things. But that being said, I think they still do it well. Like they handle it well. It's just it's too much. It's like a hair too much for me though.
Mm-hmm.
Like it feels like they're trying to send a lot of messages. But it's still pretty cool, and the show kind of also feels like has that same format of this probably could have been a movie, but they just, kind of like extended it out and like structured it to be a show instead of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Does it feel too stretched out, or is it just?
No, I don't think it
condensed it.
I will say that like the parts that like because there's like a lot of building on Bucky and Falcon's character and like the main antagonists of the show, and it's a lot of character building. It's really a lot. Like the show is not so much about like Falcon and Winter Soldier kicking ass. It is more like Bucky and Falcon trying to get through not just their own lives but the death of Steve, and I don't know, try to move forward and realizing that like life is not great even if you guys are heroes. Like just because you guys are heroes, the world isn't gonna look out for you, and like you gotta look out for yourself. Like it's pretty wholesome shit. But it's got some cool action scenes in it. It also has some interesting stuff with the new guy that they introduced, John Walker as Captain America, who is in the comics known as U.S. Agent.
Man, he loves to talk about how he's Captain America.
He does love talking about how he's Captain America.
Wait, he's Captain America.
Yeah, he's the new Captain America.
He's Captain America.
Captain America.
He's Captain
Shut the fuck
America.
up. God damn it.
Go on.
But yeah, no, that's about it though. I think it's pretty cool. We got one more episode left before the end of the season already, so it's short.
So, sticking to Marvel here for a second, did anybody watch the new Shang-Chi trailer?
No, but
you
I heard
mean-
about it.
No.
Shang-Chi.
You mean the better Iron Fist? probably.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it looks much better than Iron Fist. I don't have any comments on it because I don't know shit about the Ten Rings other than the concept of the Ten Rings, and that, like, in my opinion, Iron Man 3 squandered it. But that's me though.
Mm. I mean, like, watching the trailer doesn't look like a Marvel movie. It looks like
Just a kung fu movie.
like a kung fu movie, which is, you know what? I'm kind of on board with that. Cause like I don't know if I like really want any more of the like overtly superhero shit at the moment. But
Listen,
just personal opinion.
I just want them to put um the whole 36 Chambers album, the Wu-Tang Clan album. They just throw
Okay.
that bitch in there,
Oh my
like, I
god.
feel like it would be a banger. You know,
Uh,
that's just me though. I got to watch a normie movie called Nobody. It's a
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. It's got Bob Odenkirk from
Oh, that one.
yeah, that one. He's from Breaking Bad. He plays the lawyer. Oddly
Oh,
enough,
Saul.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, he plays Saul Goodman. But in this movie, it's gonna sound weird. Um, but it's one of those movies. It's how did I describe it? It's one of those.
Hold up, RZA is
Hey,
in this movie?
yeah, the RZA is in this movie, and that's like a mild spoiler.
Oh, oops.
Yeah, but it's okay. Well, if you can recognize his voice, you know who he is. I like didn't recognize his voice at first. There's also another. Was it oh my god, Christopher, what's his face? The doctor from Back in the Future. Back to the Future,
Oh,
Oh,
Tim.
Doc
Christopher
Brown.
Lloyd.
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd's in that movie.
Wow.
He's old as fuck.
Yeah, dude.
Um, yeah, no, I thought it was fun. It's one of those, like, oh, I got nothing else to watch on a Friday night, like,
Tug it.
I'll watch it. Like, it's one of those, like, Friday night action flicks that where the story is super paper thin and it's really dumb, but the fight scenes are pretty good.
Did you say it's like the closest thing we've had to a John Wick for a while?
I think I have to. I was gonna say I like there had to have been someone who probably worked on John Wick
Mm-hmm.
to work on this movie because like I feel like there was a lot of these setups for some of these action scenes that had a lot of the same tone. That makes sense. I didn't do my research on it. I was like, oh, I can see if someone did. But yeah, no, it because it really is. It's one of those like this guy's a badass and he does a lot of badass stuff. Look at him go.
Nice.
That's it. It's got some cool parts in it, but you know, if you're into action stuff, I definitely recommend it, especially if you really have nothing else to watch. I would say give it a shot.
All right, Aiden.
all right.
Join
So,
us for the end.
well, first, okay. So over the weekend, to preface what I'm about
Oh
to,
boy.
I got my COVID shot, my second COVID shot on Friday. So I was just a complete wreck all weekend long.
Ooh.
Oh, damn. Wait, all weekend?
All weekend.
Wow.
Damn, mine
I
went way after the first day.
on Monday I was still not feeling 100%. It sucked. But
Damn.
I had a lot of time to just like not deal with anything. I wasn't online. So I decided in my brilliance to rewatch The Fast and the Furious and Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yo, one of those movies are good.
One of them is good, and now I'm a little bit scared. Which one do
Why?
you think is good?
I swear to God, Aiden, if you say Too Fast, Too Furious is good, I'm gonna kill you.
Dude, I like Too Fast, Too
What is
Furious.
wrong with you?
Oh,
Bruh.
Aiden was right to be scared.
Yep, there it is. See, I knew it. Tyler and his opinions. But yeah, those are really fucking cheesy movies. I forgot how bad it was.
Fuck you.
Just like listening to people talk in those movies.
I live my life a quarter mile at a time, Aiden.
Yeah, exactly. Like that
leave Dom alone for the first movie.
And like
You can fuck with him in the other movies. Okay.
It was a nice reminder of where it all came from before Ludacris was a fucking super hacker man.
Super hacker
And we
guy.
were driving tanks over frozen oceans, running away from submarines and shit. Whatever. It was a good time.
How do you like two?
Oh my god, Tyler.
Man.
Because it's a Lancer Evo, Tyler.
You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me here. Are you fucking serious?
What?
But there's a Super in the first one and a Charger.
Yeah, and there's an R34 in the second one. What's your problem?
Wait, which one? Who had the R34?
Brian drives it in the first race in the movie.
Oh yeah, duh.
And then it gets immediately destroyed and impounded.
Yes. They literally trashed the best car in the whole movie.
Yep.
Well, there was also another Super in there, but like he was also there for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, whatever.
You got like the best lines in the first one. Like, you almost had me, you never had your car. Oh,
fuck.
No, Monica.
God damn it. So yeah, that was my viewing all weekend. That was about all I could manage to do. Other than that, I was just actually dying of Ronies, and
you couldn't muster up the energy for Tokyo Drift.
Okay. Unpopular opinion. I think Tokyo Drift is my favorite one.
Give me. You're gonna give Tyler a heart attack.
I almost windmill slam disconnect. I want to. It's still there.
Dude, I don't know why everybody hates that movie so bad.
Little Bow Wow Hulk car
has a great fucking SUV.
Now you're fucking.
Yeah, you're right. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
The dude's accent drives me up the.
Oh, dude, his Japanese is terrible.
Like, damn. Shit, damn.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm not gonna watch any more of the Fast and the Furious movies. Like, I got enough out of the first two, and it blows my mind the franchise is still going. But yeah, other than that, I've played a lot of Monster Hunter Rise now. That's a really good game.
Oh jeez. Remember when you said it was probably really not going to be a good game?
Yeah, I know. And you know what? I was fucking wrong, and I'm sorry.
So
I'm sorry, Monster Hunter. I lied.
When is it going to be a good game not on a Switch?
Damn.
That's also my biggest problem with it. But other than that, everything else about it is great.
Other than physically how you play the game, it's great.
Yes, other than how you physically play the game, it's great. They fixed the way that so many of the obnoxious systems in World work. Like, Friedman, you can make the decorations you want now.
What?
Instead of getting a random fucking drop.
Oh.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Oh my god. They just added like a crafting system like they did the rest of the fucking shit in the game, right?
Yes.
Oh my god. Who would have thought?
So now you can just craft the decorations you want, which completely removed the most obnoxious, unnecessary, and annoying part of World.
That was a lot
You
of
mean to tell
grinding.
Trying to get fucking
You mean to tell me you don't have
decorated.
to grind infinitely with suboptimal builds to do things that only tangentially relate to you potentially getting the optimal equipment you need?
Yes,
Yes.
precisely. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Who would have thought this was even possible? Now I just got to deal with. I know I want to play this
Yeah.
game, but I want to stay strong till PC.
I
It's a
know,
long
I
wait.
know, and I would
Just hold
I
strong.
would not blame you. And that's the other thing. This game does not look good. Like in comparison to World, this game looks like dog shit.
Yeah, I played the demo and it didn't wow me. But at the same time, I feel like most hardcore Monster Hunter fans know that there was a split between playing like I forget if it was 4 or Generation Z, whichever one was on Switch, and then playing World, and they accepted that the one on Switch was closer to old school Monster Hunter, and it looked like it. And so I guess moving on to Rise, I guess for the hardcores, they didn't really care. But I know going from World directly, this feels very jarring.
It is very jarring for sure. Unfortunately, it is a very good game. Like
That's the
all
problem.
of the
It
new
looked
monsters they
fun.
added are super fucking cool. Like Magna Malo is like a fucking just if you took like a fucking like armored samurai fucking master and turned him into a monster that was bleeding dark energy, that's a fucking Magna Malo. It's great. Just like the way that monsters work now is, I don't know, some of them have like way better like moves now. They just like they fit better into the world, I guess, is the way I'll put it. They're much more thematic, and like the systems make more sense because in World, if you did elemental damage, you were only dealing elemental damage. You couldn't apply any of the status debuffs that were tied to those elements, but now
Oh
you
yeah.
can. So you can freeze monsters and shit like that.
Oh,
Or
cool.
you can get like frost they can get frost blight or thunder blight or things that like actually inhibit their ability to do things.
Whoa.
And it's just unfortunately a really good game, and I'm sorry, Capcom.
Maybe next time you'll put a good game out on a console that exists.
I
Maybe
can't cave and give Nintendo their $20 for Nintendo Online. It's just I gotta stick
It's
to my
personal.
ideals on this one. I can't reward them
Keep
for
your
shitty
ideals,
behavior.
Friedman.
Gotta keep them.
Yeah, that's fair, and I respect that. But yeah, and that's pretty much all I've done. Other than that, I'm just programming away at my new job.
Hell yeah. Well, I think with that,
And that's,
we're gonna
that's that.
we're gonna end it here. As always, an entire hour in the hour and 45-minute podcast was just what we watched, even though I thought it would end much more quickly. So, that's what happens. But
We can always speedrun it next time.
yeah, but
Will we? No, but we can.
no, exactly. But thank you all so much for listening. We should be back in 2 weeks. Maybe there'll be more news. It's possible. Really wasn't much outside of just bad news this time. But until next time, my name is Timpedia.
I'm Friedman.
Just Tyler.
The AIDS, man.
And we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for listening.